brain, you're in the nuts domain. Come on in, it's about to begin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Justin, you're there. Hi, Justin.
I'm Jestin.
Shirley.
I'm Shirley.
And we're here with Wendell and Niles, the Dystopic Boys.
Hey, how's it going? Woohoo, that's Wendell, and I'm Niles. I got that correct this time. Yeah, you did.
We'll be talking about World War Z tonight because it's an immediate movie review. But first, let's talk about our movie draft for just a second.
Yeah, let's.
We are no longer friends with Niles. He's completely trashing us.
Oh, man.
I didn't come in this to win any, or I didn't start playing this.
So we're what? I don't know. We're 8 weeks in. Is that about right? Yeah,
right.
Give or take. And we have not calculated in World War Z and Monsters University yet, which I think both of those movies are going to do pretty well.
Well, they're saying Monsters University was going to kick World War Z's butt.
Yeah, when I went to go watch World War Z this morning, I was so thankful I wasn't there to watch Monsters U.
Because it was just packed. A lot of
It
street.
was.
But
Yeah.
The school is like officially out for like most of everybody now, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went to the drive-in last night because we still have a drive-in.
Gosh.
And we went and saw World War Z, and behind us, on the screen behind us, was Monsters University, and that's the big parking area. And we had to actually park in that to see World War Z because it was so full for World War Z.
Oh, wow.
That would be a great movie to watch at a drive-in, though. I mean, it's...
Yeah, well, the only problem is because we were where we were at, there was a road between us and the freaking screen, so cars kept driving in front of us.
Oh.
And that was bothersome, but whatever. So, it looks like Niles is kind of stomping us. He's got, right now, as of this past Tuesday, he's got 528 million.
Well, so the deal was, I mean, when we first started this, Man of Steel was definitely one of those films that could have gone either way, and so far, I think it's doing a lot better than we...
you're sitting at just 128 on Man of Steel, but really, let's just be honest, Iron Man 3 is what's carrying you over the top.
I was looking at the numbers, and Iron Man 3 is about 60 million away from The Dark Knight Rises in terms of domestic growth.
Wow.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
It's not Avengers money yet, but it's getting there real quick.
It's surprising me.
Yeah, so behind him is John, who couldn't join us tonight. John just had a baby. Congratulations, John.
That's a good job.
Even though you won't listen to this for a couple of weeks when you're allowed to finally go back to work and have a regular schedule again. But he's got 351 million, and honestly,
which is good.
I'm pretty sure that's all Star Trek. That's a big chunk of that is Star Trek.
I can't imagine any of it being The Hangover 3.
Honestly, it's Hangover 3 is doing a lot better than Epic, and Now You See Me, and After Earth, and The Internship.
I did so bad with After Earth.
Honestly, we went and saw The Internship last night.
Laughed our butts off.
Yeah, they showed
hilarious.
3 movies in a row at the drive-in, and The Internship was hilarious.
It was good, huh?
Yeah, and in fact, if you look at my Twitter feed from last night, I was just tweeting stuff from the movie because it was ridiculous the things they were saying. We had a lot of fun.
It was like what is it? The Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
It had some of that feel. I think it was better. I think the story was better and less like goofy and corny.
Yeah.
But it was definitely pretty good.
So touches on sort of our senses of humor a little bit, whole with the tech.
Yeah. And Vince Vaughn is, Vince Vaughn, and Luke Wilson is pretty much Luke Wilson.
It's Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Is it Owen?
Yeah.
That's right. Luke is the not broken nose one, isn't he?
I have no idea. I don't even know.
I mean, that's how I tell that.
Idiocracy, not Idiocracy, Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then
they play really well off each other.
Yeah. So they're pretty normal, but everybody else in it was really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty solid movie. I'm trying to see if I can find any of the tweets from last night.
There was a lot of 80s references.
Yeah, there were a lot of 80s references. Wow.
But it was hilarious.
So we were talking about John. What else? John's got a coming up.
He's got Star Trek, Hangover Part 3 and Star Trek are the 2 movies he has out, it looks like. Oh, wait, no, he's got one more. What's the other movie?
Star Trek
Oh, this is the end that did.
Is that out already?
It's 30.
Wow, that is doing bad. We're actually going to talk about it this month's Dystopic Boys, so we need to go see it still.
What? This is the end?
Yeah.
Shame. I was looking forward to that one. I hope it's.
I thought you guys had decided not to do end of the world thing, or not end of the world, but oh well, I guess it is the end of the world thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of been a thing of discussion. I mean, we're kind of broadening our scope because there's a lot more we can talk about in the realms of sort of end of the world, post-apocalypse. So we figured this would be This is the end would be kind of a fun departure from our regular depressing.
Yeah.
It's not depressing. It's cleansing.
It's like if Shaun of the Dead were to come out, in the realm of our time right now. Cover that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Speaking of Shaun of the Dead, I can't wait for the world's end.
Yeah, that'll be the end of the summer. That'll cap.
There's a trilogy trailer out where they sort of before was Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and now this is the end to finish their trilogy. It's a really cool trailer.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Because it's definitely part of their trilogy of films that they've done. So looks off.
Yeah, I did like a pre-review of it. It was anticipating the world's end. It's up on Nerd's Domain, and when I was doing my research, they have a type of ice cream that they like, I guess, in the UK or something, and they named each episode after one of the flavors of ice cream.
And then aren't they eating the cornetto ice cream at some point during each?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And we did decide from the internship that we're going to try and start a Quidditch league here in town because they play Quidditch in the movie.
Why?
And
do they dance around on brooms and?
Yeah. You run around with a broom between your legs and pick up dodgeballs and throw them at each other while somebody carries around a volleyball and tries to score with it. And it looked like a lot of fun. And then finally the snitch comes out and it's a guy dressed in a golden bodysuit with a little like hanging ball thing that attached to the back of him like a tail. You have to chase him down.
I can't even stop laughing. It's so hilarious. Have you guys ever seen like those big trucks that have the chrome balls hanging from their ball?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
That's exactly what the guy in the Quidditch is like.
Nice.
So after John at rank 2 at second place, Wendell is at third place with let's just be honest, Fast and the Furious. That's what's carrying that for you. Because I'm sure Oblivion was great, but it is not doing well.
It did not do very well. What is it, 89 or something like that?
What?
Yeah.
To be. I mean, it's a post-apocalypse.
It's a niche film, much more.
Yeah. And you should have let me have it.
And I hear it's a lot slower than what you would expect.
Based off the trailer, yeah.
And, honestly, After Earth, I liked it, but it was a lot... After Earth makes it look like an action-adventure movie, and it is not action-adventure.
It's a story.
I was hearing that it kind of plays like a coming-of-age, father-son, family movie.
Yeah, it really is. And it is very much... I was disappointed, but not because the movie was bad. I was disappointed because I was told that I was going to go watch a bunch of action, and I got nothing.
Well, you got the action that was in the trailer.
Yeah, you only get the action in the trailer, and that's about it.
I heard there wasn't a lot of action, but that's all the action?
There's one other scene, and that's really it.
Yeah.
So
it's really like the father sort of teaching the son how to be a man kind of thing. Is that what?
Sort of, yeah.
Well, kind of, but... Yeah, the father's incapacitated, so he kind of has to make his own way.
Yeah. And then Shirley is
I'm trying not to spoil it.
Shirley is in fourth place. Looks like The Great Gatsby is helping her a little bit. Now you can see me is not helping at all. But tonight's movie that we're going to review, World War Z, she is really cleaning up with. So she hopefully will be cleaning up with. So that'll be helpful.
Well, how's that doing right now? Where is it at?
World War Z? I don't know. I guess I can clean. Well,
how can you say I'm cleaning up if you don't know?
Because I'm betting you're going to clean up with it.
Get the numbers.
I'm getting it. Estimated 25 million. I don't think that's
well.
right.
I mean, it's only been out for a day and a half now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 20 million could be exactly what it is right now.
Yeah. And then I am way back in 5th place with Epic being my only movie.
Is that your only movie right now?
So far,
Epic
White House Down comes out next
If you've only got one movie, that one movie's done pretty good compared
Not
to
really.
mine.
I'm still about 500,000 away from it actually doing what it was supposed to. Or no, I'm sorry.
You're 500 million away from...
I'm 50 million away from it. Doing what I'm nowhere near where it's supposed to be. That's really what it comes down to. But I'm hoping White House Down is going to do well. I don't know. We'll see.
There's a bunch of movies that have come out and have been almost exactly like that.
The other one with Morgan Freeman, that was...
Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, Olympus Has... Which I heard was... Those looked... Which I heard was good. Was that good?
Oh, the other one.
Yeah, and I'm really banking, honestly, on Pacific Rim. Because the more I see it, the more I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I've finally seen the commercial for The Lone Ranger also on theaters, and that I'm interested in that one now.
You mean Johnny Depp's The Lone Ranger?
I was seeing the original previews for that. I was just, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, but who knows?
Yeah. So and then way back in very, very last place, so far back that literally he's 10 million behind me. Not that much, but Jesse and I are really pulling up the end.
Does that make me the best loser?
Yes, you are the best at losing. After Earth and the internship really didn't do anything for you, Jesse.
Oh, the internship has only done 30 million.
Yeah. And After Earth hasn't done much more.
I mean, from what you guys were saying about the internship and just the sort of comedy people that are behind it, I feel like it should have done more, but I don't know, maybe something about the times, maybe people aren't looking for that kind of...
Yeah, and it opened against nothing.
Oh.
So I don't know why it did so bad.
Was that spring break, or did
no
break just come
But I'm betting Jesse pulls up this weekend. I can only imagine that Monsters University is going to do really well.
For a money.
I don't know what it says so far, but we're going to find out.
That's where he put his $22.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You should be good with that one. At least I would think at least 200 million.
It says estimated 30 million. So
30?
Yeah.
I have to guess those estimates.
See,
are
I'm
off,
putting all my faith in the 300 prequel, Rise of an Empire,
which may or may not have been canceled for this summer.
Yeah, may or may not.
So, all right. So Niles is still kicking the crap out of us. I'm hoping that that Man of Steel doesn't do too much better. Otherwise, we're
let's say maybe 250.
I'm saying I think that might be right. I think probably more like 225.
Yep.
Hopefully no more than 200, but we'll see.
We'll see if it starts just dying off here. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm hoping Pacific Rim for me, and then Elysium and kick.
The question is, if Man of Steel makes another 100 million, that puts Niles at somewhere like 628 million.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is does anybody think that their movies combined can make 600 million?
Well, and I'm guessing Niles is going to end up somewhere near 650, and let's just call it that number. I'm pretty sure I can get 100 million out of White House Down, 150 out of Lone Ranger, 200 out of Pacific Rim, maybe 100 out of Elysium, and maybe 100 out of Kick-Ass.
I think you're stretching Pacific Rim.
If they go well, I think I can hit that 650. The problem is, Johnny has Star Trek, which is doing well. The Hangover is doing pretty okay. This Is the End is not helping him. The Heat is not going to help him. Red 2 and Smurfs 2 might, but by the time Smurf 2 comes around, everything else that is a child movie has been out, and I don't know if it's going to do
I mean, you'll have already had Monsters University's Despicable Me 2, Planes,
Turbo.
Epic.
Turbo.
in Turbo, yeah. Jesse, I think, banked on children. I think that's what his plan was. Get the children to the movie theater and rake in the cash.
That's all it's about. You got to hook in the kids.
and honestly, if his stuff does pretty well, I mean, Monsters University tomorrow or Tuesday is going to really tell where he's going to land.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Shirley's got World War Z. I think that's going to be a big help, and the Wolverine is going to be a big help. And so, I hate to say it, but the key is the last movie on our list is her movie, and who knows what she's going to be able to do with that.
What is that?
The World's End.
Oh.
Wendell, you're a nice guy and all. Looking at your movies, I
mean, the only thing I can bank on there is planes.
Well, and you know what? Fast and the Furious did pretty well. It's not like it didn't do badly, but I think Grown Ups 2 will do maybe $75 million, maybe, and that's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Niles.
Look at the Internship. I mean, that could be.
Yeah, that's true. It could go the same way as the Internship.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think we have to hope that Man of Steel starts tanking and people take Mark Waid's rant about it very seriously. I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't remember the website, but he got up and left the movie.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah, and wrote like a 3-page novel about why it was.
Sounds like a drama queen to me.
Yeah,
a little bit. Scott Kurtz also is very down on it, and it's getting good reviews in a lot of places. I've heard
from the glimpses
someone say that it is not the Superman movie we wanted, but it's the Superman movie we needed if we want to see JLA. And if that's the case, I'm kind of excited about that. I just don't want it to keep doing well.
So we walked out, huh?
Yeah, walked out. I don't know what part, and I'm not familiar enough with the movie to know what happened, but I know that he got up and left. He said, "This is it for me," and left. And that's
somebody's really attached to Christopher Reeve, I think.
Well, and some people, I guess, and I'm not trying to spoil stuff, but I guess Superman kills somebody or contemplates killing somebody in the.
I saw some news articles about that, about the morality of Superman killing someone or.
Superman has killed before in the comic books, in good runs of the comics.
It's a really cool place to go with Superman, because we're used to seeing Superman not in that sort of dilemma. I mean, unless you're into comic books, and then you get off in a whole different realm. But I feel like that'd be really cool. But obviously, he didn't like it.
Yeah, clearly. So we have to hope that Superman doesn't do any better, and that Iron Man 3 doesn't do any more business. It's probably still.
I was going to say, is Iron Man 3 still in theaters?
I would bet, honestly.
With they still making money off of it, I'm sure they'll keep it around for as long as possible.
Yeah.
If not in the regular theaters, maybe.
We're going to check Fandango real quick and see what they say.
Because it's your best friend.
Yeah, Fandango. I still miss the talking puppets.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Paper bag puppets.
Go to Fandango.com and you will see movies.
Oh my gosh. We found the voice.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate your paper bag impressions. Yeah, I can get tickets here, locally.
Woohoo!
I'm not sure if that's a woohoo, but...
Oh, no, it was a woohoo. It was a...
No.
That's woohoo or not.
It was a positive boohoo.
Do we want to go see it again?
We do not. No, we don't.
I didn't need to go see it to pitch in my $15 or $11.
I'm going to wait for it to come out on DVD so I don't pitch in towards it.
I think you know what you ought to do is go to a matinee. So you pitch, if you do pitch in, you pitch in only a little.
Yeah, pitch in like $7 instead of $14.
Bunch of jerk.
Yeah.
Do you guys have dollar theaters out there?
We have like a $3.
Yeah, we've got a couple. There's more down in the $3 to $5.
Which I'm sure.
Yeah, if you wait until August, you'll probably be able to see that. All right, well, guys, I don't want to boot you, but since you haven't seen World War Z and we might spoil a little bit of stuff,
basically, if I stayed around, it'd be like, oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
And that really happened.
We want to thank you for joining us again, and everybody should check out the Dystopic Boys on their Dystopic Radio Network. You guys have your regular Dystopic podcast. I'm not sure what you call that.
We have our regular Dystopic Boys monthly, and then the last frequency is weekly-ish.
Yep. And the last frequency has been pretty good lately, I have to say, honestly. I've only missed out on one of your podcasts, and that's because I haven't seen Oblivion yet. And I don't know.
Wait until you've seen that.
Well, and our schedules recently have put us on hiatus a week.
Yeah, both of our schedules have recently gotten pretty crazy, so we're trying to keep as regular of a schedule as we can for the last frequency. We just recorded episode 7 of that tonight. That's going to post tonight. And then we are on target, hopefully, to record Dystopic Boys episode 10 for next week for this month.
After we see this is the end.
Yes. You guys can find all the information at dystopicradio.com. Get a hold of us over there. So, having us on tonight, we really appreciate it. It's been fun.
All right. Well, we wanted to thank Wendell and Niles for being here. But let's go ahead and get into the review of the movie. Jesse.
Yes.
Give me a quick synopsis. What was World War Z like?
A bunch of ants that can jump really far.
Okay, let's stop real quick and go back just a second. Jesse, have you read the novel?
Yes, I have read the novel.
Is that why you're angry?
It is. The movie was alright, but it's... no.
World War Z is... you know what? I'm not going to read that. That's a horrible description. United Nations employee Jerry Lane traverses the world in a race against time. There's a race against time?
Who
really?
spells Jerry with a G?
I don't know. If it's short for Gerald, I could see that.
Okay.
Okay, let me go back to the synopsis. United Nations employee Jerry Lane traverses the world in a race against time to stop the zombie pandemic that is toppling armies and governments and threatening to destroy humanity itself.
That's what he's racing against.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because it was spreading really quickly.
Here's what I saw. Screen story written by J. Michael Straczynski. If you're not familiar with that name, and you should be, Jesse, I'm talking specifically to you.
Oh.
He wrote a lot of Babylon 5. He's also a big comic book writer.
I never watched Babylon 5.
I never watched Babylon 5 either.
Really? Neither one of you?
No. And now I'm not disappointed. I mean...
that's awesome. There are 4 people in here. The cast, the characters they played is Who Doctors.
Who Doctors?
Not Doctor Who, but Who Doctor.
Oh, yeah, the WHO.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, Who Doctors? Okay, so...
The WHO is the World Health Organization.
I know. It was funny because Doctor Who...
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Jesse, you read the book. You liked the book?
The book is in my top 10.
Okay. And you did... What did you think of the movie?
I don't know why they named it World War Z. I mean, it fits the description of the movie, but if you're trying to trick people to go see it because it's based on a book, it should be based on the book. Because it had nothing to do with the book at all. Nothing. Not even vague. It had Jerry in it. But
was Jerry in the book?
Ish. He was, Jerry was in it.
Was Jerry his name?
Jerry, I don't remember what his name was.
Okay, so Shirley, what did you think of the movie? Just real quick.
It scared the crap out of me.
It scared you? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to punch you.
The chattering teeth that just keeps moving up and down.
I'm going to punch you. Stop it. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Shirley doesn't appreciate that.
Okay, I know what to do later when I'm over.
That scene, I was just like, oh God, I have to get up and walk away and not watch this anymore.
Alright, so here are my 2 thoughts in negative light of the movie. First, I didn't realize that the zombies were raptors until I heard them.
You couldn't tell by the way they were jumping and running.
I guess that's a good point. And in defense, raptors could open doors, but they couldn't climb walls.
True.
Zombies can climb walls. That bothered me a lot. But I was willing to...
They could not climb walls. They were stacking themselves on each other.
That's how you climb a wall. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any sense. The body would crumble beneath all that weight, which means you just have a smushed body. It doesn't propel you up. Also, hi, I live in Israel. I know I'm smart enough to fly a helicopter around the outside of the city to make sure that people aren't climbing themselves to get into the city.
They were. Did you not see them doing rounds?
Yeah,
they
but
didn't warn anybody.
No. Okay, number 2. Here's my issue number 2. I didn't realize that World War Z was the happening. Number 2.
Stop it. No.
I could say that.
No.
In the happening... Mother Nature gets mad, so it kills people.
Oh, well,
in World War Z, Mother Nature gets mad, so it kills people.
I thought you were saying, like, it was similar to...
The base premise is very similar.
Okay, the base premise, yes, is very similar. The Happening, I liked it for its story, but I realized that it wasn't that good of a movie.
Right.
World War Z knocks it out of the park. Like, I haven't read the book, so I'm not tainted by the... okay,
well, let me tell you one thing about the book.
I can't say that.
Okay, go ahead.
Comparing the movie to the book. The movie, the first 90% of the movie was the first chapter. The last 10% of the movie was the rest of the book.
Really?
Yes, you just reverse the story flow, basically. And you slow down the zombies by like 1,000-fold. They don't jump, they don't sound like raptors. And the whole... No, wait a second, I was wrong about that, because I don't want to spoil things. Yeah, no, it's not like a book at all. Nothing. I did read that both the director and Paramount Pictures view this as a trilogy. I will be looking forward...
2 more books coming? Are there 2 more movies?
2 more movies, possibly.
Well, maybe
they want it to be.
Why it looked like they crunched it.
And
so let me ask you 2
forward
questions.
To the second one.
Let me ask you 2 questions.
Yes.
Take the name World War Z off and put in Zombie War of the World. Is that
World War
what does that change how you feel about the movie?
It would. It does. I still enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
I really did. There's 2 kinds of ways to convert a book to a movie. There's the bad way and the horrible way. They did it the bad way. It wasn't the horrible way.
Okay. Let me ask you, so second question. If this is a trilogy, and what you saw here was just the first part of the book, and the next movie we see is another character doing something completely unrelated to the first character...
I will flip tables.
Really?
Because if they show us the same stuff happening again, I want to see the aftermath. That was the whole point of the book. The book is dealing with what happens next. It's what...
So if this is like this is how it happened. Now books or movie 2 and 3 are this is how we deal with it.
If that's the way it is, I will completely change my view on World War Z. I won't, because there's
so this is potentially a good intro, like a good starting place.
Maybe. I really like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Well, I think the last 10 minutes of the movie for me. And you guys are saying trilogy. I'm like, I don't see. I mean, I can see where it can progress, but with other movies of the same type, the way that it's ended, my imagination can progress past that and be, okay, this is what they're doing, so this is how it's going to end, and then everything's going to be fine, and death and destruction to the bad guys, and blah blah blah. So I guess I can't imagine those next 2 movies and what they even, unless it's going to be like Walking Dead.
It is a hard thing to imagine. It's the book, that's why the book blew my mind. It's what happens after the normal zombie movies end. It's the cleanup. It's not like The Walking Dead where they're living with it. It's literally cleaning up and rebuilding society.
Wow. Okay.
So, let's go through the direction. What did you guys think of the direction? Did you like how the director put everything? Jesse, what do you think?
For what he worked with, yes. I thought it was well done. It definitely felt like a world war. It wasn't just we're America, we're dealing with this sort of thing. I do feel like him being pigeonholed into UN was an odd forcing you into a certain thing.
Was he not part of the UN? And
He was. But the way they introduced it in this is he was a retired UN employee.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, real quick, let's get Johnny's thoughts on the movie. Hey, look, we're recording this time. Hooray! Hey! Johnny thinks... Here it is again. Hooray! Hooray! Hey, Johnny really liked the movie. Actually, I don't think Johnny's seen the movie. Shirley, did you have a problem with the direction?
No, actually, I really liked the direction, and it made me feel like the characters were being. I mean, you had a set way that the characters were, but it made me feel like they were developing in a certain way that furthered the story. What I did realize is that when Brad Pitt is in a certain emotional state, he makes the same face in every single movie.
Yeah.
It was Legends of the Fall, same thing. Interview with the Vampire, same face.
Yeah. I really was not a fan of how dark the movie was. Like, they could have used some lighting in some places.
Yeah.
And we saw it at a drive-in, so that didn't help because there were people behind us and around us and driving and
lights and
I think it would have been better at a movie theater. And I think that we want to go back again and see it in a movie theater, even though it's Shirley's movie and we shouldn't promote it. But
I'll go see it in the movie theater.
No, I really would like to go back and see it in the movie theater. And maybe if it comes to the dollar theater, we'll check it out then, or if we can catch a matinee. But the shaky, quick scenes sometimes were a little too confusing as to what was going on.
Yeah.
I know that when they were in Israel and they're running through with the cage area, that was okay because there it made sense. But there were some other spots in that same...
When they were running through the buildings, like, you couldn't really tell.
I couldn't tell what was going on. I was getting lost, and I'm like, is the zombie really close? Is it not? Where's it at? What's going on?
It was like documentary
But I'm not sure if that wasn't done that way on purpose, because the person who was running didn't know where they were at or how close they were.
But at the same time, if I am so confused that it pulls me out of the movie, that's a problem. And that's what happened. So, that part bothered me. The rest of it I thought was great. I think that there were a couple places where, I don't know, I guess in my world, if you're so dumb that you're going to go to the back of the plane and get surprised when the zombie comes out of the elevator, you deserve to be shot and thrown off the plane. Because that's what happened. She pushed the button for the elevator and the zombie came up because he was down below.
Right.
She never should have done anything with the elevator.
Is that what it was? I thought he was in the bathroom.
No.
She was,
that's
where the food and the storage is.
And I'm sorry, if the dog is barking at nothing, you check it out.
Yeah.
I think in a world full of zombies, I'm a little more paranoid. Yeah. Also, I wouldn't let people be singing in my walled city. I'd shut them up real quick, too.
Yeah.
I don't think they had realized at that time that sound was such a big indicator.
But they were starting to get worried. The military there went towards the music, not towards the wall.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed there were some definite points where it was really you guys were that dumb kind of stuff.
I mean, I don't know. The stewardess, I can see your point because the dog was barking, and if a dog's barking, it's like, hey, pay attention. I don't know.
Anyway, so those were my two big ones. I also think that if I'm going to get on a plane, if I'm at a place where there's a lot of soldiers and I'm going to get on a plane, I'm going to take more soldiers with me. Also, if I have a scientist who's never used a gun before and he has a gun in his hand, I'm going to teach him how to turn the safety on so he doesn't slip and shoot himself.
Not give him a gun and put him in the back.
Yeah. I get why they gave him a gun. It's a zombie movie. Everybody's got to have a gun. Yeah. That I can accept. But two, why didn't it have a silencer on it? Everybody else has silencers on their big automatic weapons. Why didn't the pistols have silencers?
Because they didn't know sound was what did it at that point.
Right. Then why were all the other soldiers carrying assault rifles with silencers?
I don't think they were supposed to be.
They were.
I know, but I don't think that was...
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but anyway, the scientist dying that quickly really bothered me. Is that in the book?
I like that. No, that was a cool twist. I really enjoyed the fact that he was built up to be the savior, and then it's just poof, it's gone.
I could have accepted it if they built him up to be the savior, and the zombie jumps out of the back and grabs him, and then I would be like, oh, shoot him, it's too late, I get it. Yeah. But, like, with this, like, it was...
He fell.
I slipped and fell because there was rain and shot myself to death.
Yeah.
That's the lamest death ever, in my opinion. So, what you guys...
That in itself is like emotionally jarring.
Yeah,
you're like, what? No.
Yeah. Shirley, did you like Brad Pitt?
I basically like all his acting styles.
Even his one face.
His beautiful blue eyes.
He's got blue eyes. I don't know what color his eyes are. I like his acting style. I think it was very well fit to this. I didn't know what to expect because I've not really seen him in anything recent. Well, except for the Ocean's movies.
Yeah, that's totally different. Yeah.
Crazy funny in those movies, and I was like, okay, I haven't seen him in anything since then. So I really didn't know what to expect, and it was kind of Legends of the Fall. Like, he had that mannerisms, he was, taking care of his family, he was that kind of, in that kind of role. So, yeah, I definitely thought he was a good fit for the movie.
It makes me want to go back and see him in Fight Club, for sure.
Oh.
Because I haven't seen that in so long. And
yeah.
Not that it's the same kind of character, but it made me want to see it again. Jesse, what did you think about... I mean, honestly, this was Brad Pitt and just Brad Pitt. I mean, there were a couple other characters that nobody else was through the whole movie.
The main one.
And was really on the screen. I mean, even his wife, who I think did a fine job.
Yeah.
She wasn't all that important to the overall story other than he had a wife.
Yeah.
You know?
And a family.
Yeah, and I thought he did pretty well. I mean, I enjoy his acting in just about everything I've seen him in.
The kids did pretty good, too. None of them were annoying.
Yeah, well, they didn't have a large screen time, like you said, either, which is always a good thing for a kid.
Yeah.
So you get behind the kid movies, just not the children themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I know where the money is.
Did you guys enjoy the music that was with it?
Yes, I thought it was...
Pretty
at one time over Israel, I was just like, okay, what Dark Side of the Moon, Transformers.
Yeah, there was a Transformers feel to it.
What was that other movie? I mean, it just had that deep boom, kind of music to it, and I was just like, okay, that must be the type of sound that they're carrying over. Because there's been several movies that we've seen that have had that piece of music in it. But I like the soundtrack.
According to the IMDb trivia, Bryan Cranston was originally cast in the movie.
I don't even know who that is.
He was the dad on Malcolm in the Middle, and he's the guy that plays the main character in Breaking Bad.
Really? Oh. That would have worked.
Yeah. So was Ed Harris.
Ed Harris definitely wouldn't have worked because I think he's too old. He's a much older gentleman. The guy from Breaking Bad, I really haven't seen him. I haven't watched any of Breaking Bad. I just can't bring myself to watch that. But I can't, and I've seen him in another role. I can't remember the movie though. But I just don't think that he would have had the right type of personality, for the role. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I can see that. All right, so I don't know. Were there any parts of the movies you guys didn't care for other than the book stuff? Jesse, I know you have some rant stuff you want to go off on.
I do. There are Well, towards the end, after we do our exit out, could we leave a spot for spoilers? So that way people can stop
we've been
listening.
pretty loose. We've been pretty loose with all this stuff so far. But okay. We'll wait till the end.
Okay.
Was there any part of the movie that didn't involve the book that you were unhappy with?
I enjoyed the movie. I am absolutely surprised. I am happy to hear that both the producer and the company that made it, Paramount, is viewing this as a possible trilogy. I look forward to the next ones.
Okay.
As long as they continue the line. I wish the zombies weren't fast. We don't need fast zombies to be afraid of zombies. It's
helpful.
But it's not needed. It's a continual threat. No.
The thing is, if I can stand in one spot for 5 minutes and load my gun, get it ready, aim it, and shoot, I'm not going to be afraid of something.
But can you pack 5,000 rounds? That is the problem of zombies.
Yeah. Quantity.
Yes. And that is the book really makes you feel that way. I mean, one of the big battle in the book is the Battle of Yonkers. And I was looking forward to at least seeing some sort of representation here. And I was sure when on the commercials you see him overriding the bus in Israel.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be the Battle of Yonkers, just portrayed with fast zombies instead of slow zombies, because it's still just the onrush of things is always coming.
So you didn't think that was the first scene of the movie?
No. I gotta admit, the one thing I really liked about this movie is it didn't waste a lot of time introducing the zombie threat. It's right there.
It was there in your face.
Yeah,
that kind of surprised me.
Is it a 12-second thing in the book?
No, it's not. They don't really talk about that much.
Did that bother you?
Not really. I thought it was interesting how they were saying that there were different times.
Yeah.
But no,
the viral.
There were some people that didn't get affected that quickly.
Yeah.
Is the sickness thing in
No,
the book?
not even vaguely.
Okay.
That's
that's
something I want to talk about the spoiler thing, though, because it does kind of touch on things of that I
that's
thought.
fine.
But no.
That's fine. So you guys enjoyed the movie?
Yeah.
You're ready to see. You're ready to see another movie out of this franchise?
I would go see a second one.
I can't comprehend why they called it World War Z. I mean, I don't know who
because they bought the rights. They wrote the movie and then they went, "This isn't going to work the way we want," and they already owned the rights. According to the stuff I'm reading here, they paid 6 figures for the rights to this movie.
Okay, so they had bought it and tried to do it the right way, and then
and you know that the movie all got re-edited, right?
Yeah.
It was a different story, and they realized it wasn't going to work.
Well, the ending got re-edited.
Was it just the ending?
Which I would like to hear what their original ending was.
I'm sure it'll be on some version of the movie, or some version of the thing.
Criterion Collection in the future.
I doubt it, but maybe. Okay. So, Jesse, would you recommend this movie?
I would recommend this movie to people who have not read the book. Well, to be honest, I would recommend this movie to a lot of people. Anybody who enjoys action movies. I wouldn't classify this as a horror movie in any way.
There are some aspects of horror,
but it's not really.
What about zombie fans?
It's not an overly large zombie movie. I'm hoping this will work in the same way Starship Troopers worked for me. I hope it's a gateway.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is a very much a Starship Troopers feel to it.
This isn't an I Am Legend. That's what I was saying.
The difference, and then you're on the side that...
Yeah.
It's like the difference between a bad make and a good one. A bad and a horrible one. The bad ones are Starship Troopers and this one. The horrible one was I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Honestly, I liked I Am Legend with Will Smith, but I've never read the book.
It completely changes the message of the book. At least this holds true to the message.
So, okay. So, if there was no book I Am Legend, would you still like the movie?
I cannot answer that, honestly. The book, it was just, no. I did not like it because of the book. I cannot imagine it without having read the book. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a completely different... storyline. Okay. But with this, I started...
So you're going to recommend this to Mike Walt?
I would. I started reading science fiction because of Starship Troopers. I read the book, and it's nothing like the movie. I'm hoping people will watch this movie, then read the zombie book, and then be introduced into the right genre.
Okay. So, Shirley, would you recommend the movie?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I mean...
Who?
As an action movie, I would recommend it. Like you said, there's a kind of a zombie aspect to it, but that's not the point. So, yeah.
Okay. For my 2 complaints, the raptor zombies and the happening issues. Honestly, I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it to other people. I think it fits in the action-adventure genre pretty easily. I think there are horror aspects. I know that when they were in the apartments the first time, and when they were running a couple of times, I felt that horror aspect very solidly, which, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't know that I would not, I think it's a rough PG-13 movie. Not that there's anything R-rated in it other than violence. It's a little heavy on the violence.
The scary part of it, just the threat of sometimes
I would say anybody at 13 that's okay. I would suggest honestly a 14 or 15-year-old go see it, but it's just because of the violence and the wide range of violence. The same thing with I would not let a 13-year-old child sit down and watch Walking Dead. It is not for a 13-year-old child at all. So, I think that's about right.
Yeah, when I said everybody, I wasn't thinking age brackets.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Jesse, out of 5 stars, what do you give it?
4. A good 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.
Shirley, 4. I'll give it a 4. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right. Well, this is the point where if you don't want to hear spoilers, you should stop listening. So we're going to give a brief pause here, and if you keep listening and you get spoilers, this is not our fault at all. All right, Jesse, go ahead.
Okay. When in the book, towards the start, when the zombie outbreak is starting to panic the people,
yeah,
the government comes out with a vaccine called Phalanx. I had really thought that that's what they were doing, the direction they were going with this movie with their vaccine. The vaccine is a placebo to keep the people calm, so they don't panic.
What?
Yeah, there is no vaccine.
Oh my god.
And that leads to a lot of the problems. There's so much they could have touched on. The fact that
in the book, does it go this quickly? Because it seemed like the whole world was overrun in like 3 days.
Yeah. The trick is you don't really see it being overran. You're talking to the survivors, the ones who've done it. It is literally the zombie war is over. You're talking with the survivors. What's going on now? The cleanup, like the last 10 minutes of the movie, basically.
Okay. So in the book, is the remedy the same? They go in and they infect everybody with some kind of virus. How do they stop it?
Well, for starters, the main guy, the point of view of the movie is the point of view of the book, but he's going around gathering stories in the book.
So is it still Jerry?
It's still Jerry. It's still spelled with a G, I think. But yeah, he's going around collecting a bunch of stories from people who have done things. But the way they survive is the zombies break down civilization. It starts to crumble. There's a few sporadic places still around. They start rebuilding a civilization, and when they rebuild a civilization, the civilization starts pressing back. And then it's basically... It's almost a story of chaos versus civilian. And then
order is the word
order and chaos, yes. Chaos is introduced, it throws a wrench into the system for a while. Order finally comes back around and starts pressing back. The zombies have a problem with winter. They freeze. That gives them a big edge. A lot of people flee up to Canada, sort of stuff. I don't want to spoil the whole book.
Oh yeah, because now that you give me the audiobook, I'm going to listen to that. Okay. Anything else? Anything else you want to rant about?
Well, I kind of threw the rant out there when I said I wasn't going to about the fact of I don't understand why they took the World War Z title, but like you said, if they already paid for it, I can see that. What they were wanting to do wouldn't work. It's not the zombie movie I wanted, but it was the zombie movie I needed.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. Like I said, it could have been an I Am Legend.
Yeah. I haven't read the book there, but I understand that is not exactly what...
It's not. It's not even vaguely.
So, all right. So you're good with it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. I think that's it, unless you have anything, Shirley?
No, I'm
okay.
cool.
That's it for us tonight on the Nerds Domain podcast. You can always send us an email at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or catch us on Twitter. I'm at Quiet. Shirley is at SNED70. And Jesse is at J_Kimmett. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdsdomain. We want to thank Josh Shop, as always, for our music. And if you want to help us out, you can head over to the website, click on the Amazon link, and do your purchasing through that. Everything you buy there is the same price as always, but you send us a little bit our way, and that helps defray some costs and helps us out a little bit. If you enjoy our podcast, we encourage you to head over to iTunes and write a review, click some stars, and let us know what you think. We will talk to you real soon.